Happy Thanksgiving. Hi, it's Debbie Bobin with Core Realty and Investments. I posted this article today. It's from July of 2022. It's now November 2022. I'm still being asked by people, is this a good time to buy? Is this a good time to sell? I hear we're heading towards another housing crash. So this article addresses that. And I'm going to go over the key points that are within the article. So what they're referring to is back to the crash of 2008. What led to that was a housing surplus. We had high inventory and low demand. Simple economics, high supply, low demand leads to a crash in prices. The market that we're in now and have been in for quite some time is actually low inventory. So we have low supply and high demand. And we have seen that over the last 2 years. I'm sure you've heard how houses have appreciated across the nation between 10 to 25% each year for about the past 2 years. I'm going to speak to the northwest suburbs of Chicago because that's where I work in. We have seen about a 10 to 15% increase each year for about the past 2 years. And currently we're at about a 2 to 3% increase. What that means is that we are in a market correction, not a market crash. We have rates that are still appreciating, but at a slower rate. So it's a decelerated rate. Typical average of home appreciation is about 3.9%, and what we saw in the last 2 years was not normal and cannot be sustained. So we're seeing the market correct itself. But houses are still going up and demand is still high. As we saw in the last 2 years, and I'm sure you heard about the bidding wars, we had buyers who walked away, didn't want to deal with that, but still want to buy a house. We also had buyers who are still looking because they didn't win those bids, and they are still looking. Some people are waiting to see if the market crashes. And so we still have buyers out there. The demand is still high, and the inventory is still low. So it's a complete opposite of what led to the crash of 2008. Another key point that it talks to you about is mortgages are structured differently. Back then, if you remember, at that time, you could get a mortgage for pretty much zero down or a very low percentage, and you did not need a high credit score. They were putting people into mortgages that could not pay their mortgages. And so we saw a lot of foreclosures. We saw short sales, and that also led to the surplus of inventory back then. Currently, mortgages are at an all-time high actually for credit score requirements. And this is another video which I address this issue as well. Mortgages, pre-approvals, why you need them, how to get into a house that you can afford, that you can be in comfortably, where your monthly mortgage payment does not put you in financial distress. That's me personally. I work with my buyers with that. But mortgages are structured now so that you won't get into a situation where you can't pay your mortgage typically. So we're not going to see the foreclosures and the short sales like we did that led to the surplus of inventory and the crash of 2008. If you have any further questions, I have other videos you can watch. Please feel free to drop me a comment below. You can give me a call or you can email me. My email is Debbie, DEBBIE, .corerealty as one word, COREREALTY @yahoo.com, or call me at 708-655-4899. I'd love to talk to you further. Thank you and make it a great day.